Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cast Revive, your weekly top 5 video game music podcast. I am Matt Heimerl here with my... I always try to come up with something really clever and awesome.
Co-host will work.
Okay, I'll do co-host for this. Next week, I'm going to get something really good.
Okay.
Since we were just talking about wrestling, I was going to try to come up with something like that off the spur of the moment, but I just couldn't do it. I just dropped the ball.
It's
sorry.
okay.
I let everybody down, and I apologize. But this week we are doing secret levels and stages.
Steve, by the way, the co-host is Steve.
Oh yeah, well, everybody. Yeah, there you go, co-host Steve. Welcome back.
Thank you.
But this episode was actually given to us by a fan of the show on our Facebook page. This is for Jack Erickson. So thank you again for writing in and sharing your opinion on what you would like us to do.
We love fan opinions.
So basically what we're going to do for this episode is the secret stages and stuff isn't something that you would just normally, not like a Sonic bonus stage you just automatically get at the end of the stage.
Right.
This is an area that you either came across accidentally or you had to do some really crazy stuff to unlock this in order.
And
to
we
get
do mean crazy stuff.
Yes, there's some wild stuff on this list, and it's pretty cool because it really makes you think, or at least it makes me think, how many things out there have yet to be discovered? Even though we have the internet, I mean, there's glitches and crazy things that, I mean, people probably haven't even thought of yet in these games.
Well, there's 256 or something like that, secrets and bonuses and stuff like that in the main Mario games all by themselves. So, I mean, that's
True.
crazy.
And speaking of just one of them, this opening theme is actually the bonus theme for Donkey Kong Country, and the music is played when you get one of the, either the rhino on the stage, and you can run into the rock wall and actually crash through it.
Correct.
And unless you have that and know what wall to go through, it takes you into a level where you can gather all these points
Bananas.
and get additional lives and things of that nature. So we figured that'd be a pretty fitting opening because I love Donkey Kong Country.
It does work. Donkey Kong Country is a great series. It was a breakthrough game for the SNES when it came out.
Yeah.
It was insane when that came out.
I remember playing it over my buddy Dave's house up north, and it was funny because we were playing it, me, him, two of his sisters, and his mom. We were downstairs in the basement, and I think his sister went upstairs to get a drink, and the door was locked. We were all locked down in the basement playing this game. I didn't mind because I did a bunch of video games. So we had these little small windows in the basement you could lift up and slide out, but none of us could fit except the young.
Or pizza could just slide in.
Like that.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles. Yeah. Oh yeah. So we shoved her out essentially and said, "Run all the way around the back. Use the key. Use the secret key to the house." And she came in and let us out. After a couple hours, we realized we could do that.
Well, basically, she just came in, unlocked the door, and then we just kept on playing.
And we just kept on
We just now know the
Thanks a
door's
lot.
unlocked.
Yeah. We just needed to use the bathroom, and we went right back downstairs and continued what we were doing. So we didn't want to put a bucket in the corner because that would have been awkward for them.
Really awkward.
For them. So I'm going to start it off this week because my first pick is kind of crazy. Crazy in a good way and crazy in not a good way.
Okay. There is bad ways of crazy. So
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Continue. I was like, how is crazy ever bad? Oh wait, yeah, it could be bad.
Because I have a feeling we'll be doing a little bit more explanation because we're going to talk about actually how you get these secret levels unlocked in case you ever want to try them for yourself. So we're going to go ahead and just kick it off real quick with my number 5.
Matt, what is this game? This baseline is amazing.
It is amazing. This is actually Doom 2, but this is the secret level stage that recreated the first level of Wolfenstein 3D.
Not gonna lie, it actually sounds like Bowser's airship.
No, I was reading the comments, and it's funny. Somebody actually said that this is an airship ripoff, and it's not the chun, chun was supposed to sound like Nazis marching and stuff like that. But this is awesome because Doom 2 was. We spoke about it before. It was my first PC game that I got on 3.5 floppy
Wow,
disk and stuff like that.
nice.
So it was only fitting that we did it. And Wolfenstein is one of my favorite series. So the fact that they had this in there was pretty cool. And there was to get this stage, you did it on map 15. It's called the Industrial Zone, and there was a particular section. Me describing it is not going to do any justice. You really need to just watch a YouTube video because you have to go down all these corridors, hit these specific switches, go down like this acid river, and then get an item, go all the way back, and then there was like a teleporter that would teleport you to this room. And the cool thing is after you beat this stage, there's actually another stage. I think it's called Gress or Gness or something like that. There's actually 2 stages in the Wolfenstein, like secret hidden areas.
Oh wow, that's
and,
cool.
And that's cool. And you can use the Doom weapons to go through, and you're literally going through the first stage of the Wolfenstein game. So you got the Nazis, mein Leben.
That's
all
awesome.
this stuff, and it's just
And
so
they like
cool.
nuke them with the BFG.
The BFG dude and the rocket and just the chain gun, and it was it was awesome. It's a really cool. Really cool stage. And
I never got to play the Doom 2. I played Doom. I mean,
yeah,
who hasn't? But Doom 2 was, and you know, I know they did like Doom 3 and stuff like that.
They did Doom 3.
But Doom 2 was almost a direct sequel where it was like the same style of play. I never played it.
It's a great. I stopped after Doom 3. I haven't played the others, but they are rebooting Doom.
Yes,
and
I saw that.
It looks awesome. Awesome. I wish you could have seen my hand doing like the awesome
He
finger
did.
pinch.
Yeah, he did actually.
We need to like get a video set up so people can like see like our like facial reactions and stuff because we are quite weird. We are quite weird, but in a
Speak
good
for
way.
oneself. Anyway,
So Doom 2,
check it out.
Wolfenstein level. Check it out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty in depth. You know how to actually unlock it. But if you're a fan of Wolfenstein, or even if you've never actually played it, but you're a fan of Doom 2, check it out. Combining those 2 games together
Makes sense.
It's worth it just to shoot Nazis.
There you go.
Let's just put it that way.
There you go,
Steve,
sir.
your number 5,
Is one of my favorite games of all time.
and I think everybody will know this track. If not, then a single tear will go down my cheek.
What's really funny is Matt just like was standing up and doing like a little cha-cha as this was playing. So that's pretty cool. For those of you who don't know what this is actually from Super Mario World for the Super NES. It was actually the first game. It's a pilot game that came out for the system, and this is the access to Star Road.
Star Road.
Good times, excellent.
Yeah.
There was actually like 5 or 6 ways you could access Star Road, but the earliest way to do it is once you cross the very first bridge and you're in the Donut Plains.
Right.
There's like a keyhole that you actually have to fly up, and instead of just crossing the tape, you fly up and grab the keyhole, and that actually unlocks a ghost house.
Oh, nice.
And if you go through the ghost house, there's also 2 exits. One that will take you to a warp pipe, and the other one takes you to a where you stomp on it and it gives you all the red colored blocks filled in.
Mm-hmm.
But if you actually go down the warp pipe, it'll take you to Star Road.
Nice.
And you can go around and complete each thing, and then if you can complete it, the stage, it'll unlock the next one without having to find the actual secret ways
Right.
to get to it.
Yeah.
But if you're really good, you can go right through it, and you can go right to Bowser's Castle's back door,
Yeah.
right from the beginning of the game.
Yeah, this game, this is one of the first games that really had, I think, a large warp system like this. Because it wasn't
Yes.
like a 1 to level 4 and then right to the end. Like, it gave you options, like, to go to different places. And each board to get there was, like, a very unique in itself.
Well,
in this
and
one.
that was the thing too. Is like it was a warp stage, but it didn't just give it to you.
Right,
You
right.
had to work for it because you could finish the level, and that's fine. However, there's actually a secret way to finish the level with a keyhole, and if you didn't unlock it that way, you could finish the stage normally every single time, no problem. But unless you got that key, you weren't able to go on to the next part of Star Road.
Right, right.
And they made those things very well hidden.
Yes, they did.
Like you had to like jump off a ledge, so it's like certain death, and then fly at the right time, or sacrifice Yoshi in order to be able to jump up behind the ribbon, so that you actually didn't finish the stage. You can keep going, and then there's the key.
Yeah. Super Mario World is my favorite Mario game out there. There's so much to do, incorporating the different types of Yoshis that you could use, flying. I mean, it was just to be able to...
And the cape was awesome.
Yeah, just to be able to time it to where you could hover, but like bounce yourself back up. Yep. If you timed it perfectly, you could hover across the whole stage.
Yep.
It was awesome. Truly a sight, man.
So that was my number 5.
I liked it.
Thank you.
It. My number 4, people might not get right away, but when I tell them it, most people will probably be extremely giddy.
All right.
Like you will.
I will. Let's hear it.
GoldenEye 007 for the N64. This is the Aztec stage.
Amazing game.
It's
one of the best games actually of all time.
This redefined the group first-person shooter competitive scene. I mean, hours upon hours upon hours.
The Golden Gun has actually ended friendships.
Yes. Yes. You think Mario Kart or Mario Party is bad? Try the Golden Gun and GoldenEye. I have 0 friends anymore because of it. But this stage is cool because this was based on the James Bond film Moonraker, and it's considered to be, well, it's not considered to be, it is the hardest level in this game on like any difficulty. All the AI have like super responses and like are so much more powerful. So basically, you need like headshots on everything, but you can dual wield like laser pistols. So like you have good weapons, and you get to fight Jaws at the end.
Nice.
So it's really cool. And
how do they get him out of the water?
But,
why would you even dive in? Oh, not that Jaws. Oh,
we're gonna need a bigger boat.
We'll
save these quotes for another episode we have planned. But this level you actually unlock. You have to complete every mission in the game on a certain difficulty.
Wow.
Every mission in the game. So, and there's a lot. It's not a short game, and it is not an easy game.
No, it is not.
Even on easy mode, it is a very hard game. So accomplishing that and getting through this stage, and then after this, if you beat the game on the hardest difficulty, every single mission, there's actually a stage called Egyptian. That is another stage, but people say Aztec is the harder of the two.
So wasn't there like 3 difficulty levels? There's like novice, or like, which is easy. Then there's like agent, and then there's 00.
Yeah, there's secret agent, and then there's 007
yeah.
mode. Yeah, and 007 mode is
wasn't there also like a paintball mode?
I think in multiplayer there was. Yeah. Yes, and there were tons of like cheats and stuff you could put in to alter appearances and do different things like that. So
Odd Job with the Golden Gun. That's just
that's
that
what
was
everybody
like,
wanted to be.
That combo was banned in my house. It was like there's no way you could never die.
I like the proximity mines. Those were great.
Yeah,
in every way. This game, I mean, I could go on and on about GoldenEye because when I first played it, now don't get me wrong, I despise with a passion the N64 controller. I think it's the worst design controller I've ever seen in my life. But
I thought that was the Xbox controller. But go ahead.
No, Xbox controller is amazing. But GoldenEye, it just, when you grab that controller and you pop this in, like all that hatred goes away. Just completely goes away. I mean, it is
a lot of angry thoughts go away.
A lot of angry thoughts go away until people start coming at you with a golden gun. Then they all reappear, and you just want to start smashing things.
Yeah.
Or throwing pies at the wall like I do.
They just turtle in a corner somewhere, and just as soon as you turn around the corner, one hit, you're done.
You
and then they made it really nasty in the re-release of GoldenEye for the PS3 and stuff like that. They actually added explosives to the Golden Gun, so you could shoot, and you don't have to hit. Yeah, you have to. You don't even have to hit the opponent. You just have to hit anywhere near them, and the explosion will kill them. Just as if, yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
What, like the golden gun needed a buff. I mean, really. Like
So you're
you
playing against like 10 other people. They all come down the hall, and one shot you take out the entire room.
I tell you,
That's awesome.
that's just not right. That's just not right. People would be leaving in like a gurney at that point. It's like, really?
All right. Well, this was actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So the Aztec stage.
The Aztec stage for GoldenEye 007. Yeah, I think most people who have grown up gaming at least know what this game is if they haven't played it. I mean, it's kind of like, in my opinion, like a rite of passage. If you're into first-person shooters, you've played GoldenEye 007 on
So you know what's
N64.
absolutely ridiculous? So you know how we talk quite extensively about my collection?
Yes.
I actually do not have the original GoldenEye for the N64.
I was trying not to bring that up.
Well,
but-
I know. Well, here's the thing: is I have so much. It didn't even dawn on me that I didn't own it. I played it so much,
Yeah.
with other people, stuff like that. I was like, oh yeah, I got that game. Do you? Wait, no, I don't.
Yeah,
Wait,
well,
what? What just happened?
Yeah, it's showing
Did I have it and loan it out and not get it back? What? I know I had this game. Don't know.
We'll get it. It's not a hard find, so
Yeah, no, but even loose, it's still like $15-$20. And
Yeah.
I'll have it, but then I'll probably never play it because I was.
if anybody listening has an extra copy of GoldenEye 007, send it to Steve.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
come see us next weekend at Ignition Inc. We'll go ahead.
there
and,
you go.
Bring it out, and we'll.
Even if you want to come up to me, just like, you don't have it, still come out and see us.
I encourage heckling. So please come on up to the table and just say, just want to let you guys know your show stinks. And it's like, thank you so much, sir or madam. You have made this day fantastic.
Because you had to listen to know.
Now give me $1 and do this Mario Maker race to support the ending of cancer. Thank you.
There you go.
See? And I just turned a negative into a positive.
Let's turn that frown upside down.
That's right. And I was like, wow, you're a really good person. I'm gonna send your show off to the top people of NBC. You guys are gonna have a reality show about video game music. It's like, score.
That would be epic.
See that? See that?
I just teared up a little bit.
That's the dream, people. That's the dream. And Steve's dream is for me to stop yapping and
And move on
the
to
next
number
one.
4.
I just don't shut up. But-
We've only got an hour, sir.
yeah, but it's an hour filled with epicness.
It is. Every hour.
Here we go.
Speaking of epicness,
Funky track.
yeah, it isn't though. This is one of my favorite games of all time. It is Super Castlevania. We always talk about the Castlevania series
Yes,
because
we do.
it's so easy to throw all their stuff in there because all the music for all those games were just amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Perfectly set. But this is actually the name of the song is Secret Room. And
No, really?
no, it really actually is.
Yes.
And this is actually one of the coolest secrets because it has no bearing on anything, yet it was a touch that the developers put in there that just made it awesome.
Right.
What it is there's it's actually very late in the game. There's actually 3 little secret rooms that are like this, but only this one has what I'm going to tell you about. At the beginning of like something like stage 6-2, you're in a like Dracula's would be like his dance,
Right.
like where he's like entertaining folks and stuff like that. And there's like these archways with these with the knights
yes, I know what you're talking about.
that throw the axes at you.
Yeah.
Well, there's like archways in the background, but there's one of them that doesn't have one of these knights that are underneath it, and it's got these chandeliers. Well, if you actually jump up and like whip the floor below you, after like 2 or 3 whips, it'll break apart and a staircase appears.
Whoa.
And if you go down the staircase, it's just this one little room, and it's got like 20 or so candles on there. So pretty much any kind of power up you want, it gives you. But the cool part about it was there's like this ghost, this guy that's down there with like a lantern, and he walks back and forth, and you can walk into him, and he doesn't do anything. You don't lose life, nothing. And there's also a dog that runs around the stage that he also doesn't hurt you. But if you whip and kill the dog, then the guy will drop his lantern and fall to his knees and start crying,
Aw.
and then they all disappear. And that's all it does.
Wow.
It's just a cool little effect. And meanwhile, you can pick up all the different candle power-ups.
At that point, who's the real evil
That's right.
in the castle?
Kill this dude's
You
dog.
just killed this dude's dog. All he was doing was just putting books away.
It's sad fate.
That's pretty cool, though. I mean, like, that they have something so small, but it's just like
Leaves
it has,
a lasting impression.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have any bearing on the game's story or anything, but it's just, hey, we just have this guy walking around minding his own business. You can kill him or leave him.
Right. It's
like-
awesome.
It's like the end of Super Metroid. You can save the animals or leave them to die.
Because when you first find it, you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh, I just killed that dog and the guy disappeared. What was that for?
It's like, wait a minute, is there going to be a boss fight all of a sudden?
Right. And you're standing there and the time's ticking away and nothing's happening. You're like, all right, I'm just going to leave. Sorry. and then that's it. The game continues on.
So I guess people just come across that by accident. I mean, there's no hinting about, hey, hit the,
No.
You just-
And people are like, oh, well, there could be enemies nearby, but there isn't in that situation. They did it on purpose. So you literally had to just happen to be walking around and whip the floor for no apparent reason other than just to do it and then come across that.
yeah.
Because in Castlevania how you can whip certain walls
Yeah.
and like a meat will appear or a double shot.
Right.
It's very much that effect, but it's the floor. So you'd have no idea that it's there because there's nothing hinting that it is.
Right.
I think it's awesome. Moving on.
No, that's really cool.
Enough said. You can't. There's nothing else that could top that.
No, just stop. This game is awesome, and you smell.
We could, again. We say it every single podcast. We could talk about Castlevania all day.
Yes, there's a lot of things we could talk about forever. We should
Like-
do an episode on our top 5 speaking points, and we'll just put ocean waves as the music in the background.
Top 5 things we could talk about
Yeah.
forever.
Number 5, video games. Number 4, chicken wings. Number 3,
Lemon pepper
the
chicken
Jacksonville
wings.
Jaguars. Just
No,
kidding.
Oh,
Get
see?
lost, nerds.
stab me. That's nice.
Alrighty, let's move on to my next one.
I believe this is your number 3. Is that correct?
This is my number 3. And this is an interesting choice for me. But
I'm excited to hear it.
Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, I had no idea what that was, but that sounded really awesome.
Here's go. This is a stage called the Mile High Club.
Whoa.
And it's not what you're thinking.
Whoa.
I was deceived. I was like, yes, let's watch. And I was like, I thought it was going to be like some Duke Nukem thing going on, but I'm just like,
Nice.
no, it's not. But it's still really awesome. Basically, this stage, you play, you don't really know who the characters are that you're playing. People think it's a Spetsnaz and like a special ops group and stuff like that. And basically, you are you're rescuing someone who's been taken hostage on this airplane. So you just think Air Force One. You're just going and blowing people apart. But you get to this stage you have to let all of the credits completely roll, and then there's a picture at the end. At the end of the credits that has what does it say? It says, Heartbreakers and Like Takers. And then after that completely fades out, you get an option to go in this bonus
Oh, nice.
mission, and it takes you on here. And what people were thinking at the time was that this was going to be the segue that would lead into the next Call of Duty game. So it was a really cool way to end the game. 'Cause usually, you beat the game, you see the credits, okay, that's you turn off. Like me, I don't always watch all the credits.
Amen.
But in some games, they have something cool. Actually, they might have a scene or something, but not an actual stage that you can play afterwards. That's just the ultimate encore right there after a really cool game. And even though my feelings of Call of Duty have gone down lately, the games earlier in the series were absolutely amazing. So if you've played Modern Warfare and you haven't beaten the game and let it go all the way through, like all the credits, do it because this stage is pretty badass.
I'll have to do that. I do own it, and I think I've beaten it, but I don't recall that, so I'll have to just do it again.
Yeah, I own all the way up to the last 2 Call of Duty games, I believe. So, and I mainly get Call of Duty games minus World at War and the older Call of Duty for the online multiplayer, but in this Modern Warfare, the storyline was actually really, really cool.
Well, you know my opinions on online multiplayer.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
you would like the story, and I know you're not a huge first person shooter fan in general, but it's worth it.
But I do own them.
No, you do own them. That's true.
So
it is worth it just to check out that little end scene. It's pretty sweet in the bee's knees.
Sweet in the bee's knees.
That's right.
Write that down, kids.
You like that?
That is
like
nice.
That? Bam. Your number 3.
This is a throwback.
This is a throwback, and one I'm very, very proud to say you've put in here because, well, I'll talk about it.
Do a barrel roll.
Yes. Oh, I love this game. What do we got here?
This is the original Star Fox.
Yes.
Yes, this song is actually for the stage Out of This Dimension.
This game, as I spoke in the first podcast, this is the game that got me into gaming music and my love for it.
And it's very easy to see why. So this actually is the interesting about this is like you can get to the stage and it is considered secret because it is.
Yeah.
However, it's game over if you get to it. There's no way to escape it. It's cool to see.
You're in like a black hole.
Yeah, you're done. But this stage is called Out of This Dimension, and the way to get to it, what you actually have to do is you have to finish the 3rd stage of Corneria, and once you do, it takes you, of course, to the 3rd asteroid belt. And once you're there, they have these big, large, like asteroids flying at you. There's some that you can blow up that are just small, like nuisance ones. But there's other bigger ones that take a lot to blow them up. But if you destroy the 2nd large asteroid, it looks like almost like it's on there's a central asteroid,
right,
with the little ones tied to it that spin. But if you blow that 2nd one up, it'll create like this giant phoenix will come out of like this egg in it. And if you shoot into the egg and you fly right into the phoenix, it'll actually take you to this other dimension. And it actually shows up on the map, the main Star Fox map. It's on the bottom, and you see your R-Wing go to it, and then you fight some weird stuff in this thing.
Don't you fight a giant slot machine?
Yeah, that is like the main boss. That is a giant slot machine. Some of the other enemies in here is paper airplanes. So, like, you can fight them as well. But then once you get past the slot machine, it rolls like these credits, like these fake credits that you can actually shoot. And while it's doing that, it just unleashes like every enemy in the game nonstop.
Oh,
so
wow.
There's no way to get through it and everything else like that. Yeah, and it just eventually says game over.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. You start again. And what's really cool is that the game will respond to you and let you know that you're in it. So, like, you know how, like, Colonel Pepper or whatever his name is like talking to you like, hey, Fox, what, blah, 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 blah. Well, in this, it'll be like, Fox, where'd you go? What are you doing? Don't you want to save us? And yeah, so like he knows that you're gone now.
Yeah,
and so they just kind of quit the game.
All right, well, he's dead, so let's just go back to
next.
You know what the best part about this track is?
Wolf. What? Star Wolf?
It sounds like the entire track was composed in Mario Paint.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's got like that circus feel.
Yeah.
I mean, these are like famous, like, pieces of music that they've done.
Yeah.
That they just kind of made a campy kind of calliope sounding sound to it. It sounds awesome.
I'm very happy that you picked this.
Thank you.
This is
I'm happy I picked it too.
yeah, it's a good track.
Because it's
And
Star
I think
Fox.
everybody out there probably is giving a standing ovation at this point.
If
And
not, they
they should be. Unless you're driving, keep your hands on the steering wheel. But when you get to work, wherever you're going, I want you to give at least a 5-minute standing ovation for Steve. And film it and send it to us. We'll give you a treat for whoever has the coolest
treat. There
video.
you go.
Somebody's just standing like right in the middle of traffic, just clapping. I was like,
Woo!
that's fantastic. We love Steve. That sucks. Yes.
Star Fox. Star Fox wins every time.
Star Fox does win every time. That's why I should just stop like the rest of these. Like that's just it. That's our combined number one. It's just that's it. My next track is just gonna make me feel really bad.
Well, let's hear what your next track is.
I like you a lot. So we're gonna do that. I had to wait for that part to
Wow, that sounds awfully foreboding.
It is. This isn't a specific track to this stage. This game is Diablo 2. This is the Rogue Encampment, the first area music. It bleeds into the secret area because that's how you get to it, is within this Rogue Encampment. So they doubled up on it. But the secret level in this game is called the Cow level. And
The cow level?
yes, you fight giant cows with pole arms, and there's a boss called the Cow King. Basically, how you get this item is just so... I don't know who figured this out, but you have this item called the Horadric Cube that you get in Act 2 through Deckard Cain, one of the main characters. And basically, you put these items in there to combine them together to make a more powerful version. So basically, you have to get this item, a tome of Town Portal, and this item called Wirt's Leg. And if you don't know who Wirt is, he was this little annoying punk in Diablo 1 that always upped the prices on anything you wanted to buy. So you're like, oh yeah, I have an axe for you. Give me like 50,000 gold. He's like, are you kidding me? I could buy that for like 500 in town. And he basically tells you to piss off. So basically, in the second one, when you're entering Tristram, you feel you entering back in Tristram, it's been destroyed. So you see like the area from the first game. You fight Griswold, who was the blacksmith in the first game. He's been like brought back as undead, so you have to fight him. So all this nostalgia, he's like, oh my god, I spent so much time in this town. And then as you walk around, you'll see Wirt's body. You click on it, and it drops.
After you kick it a couple times?
After you kick it a couple times, it drops gold, and it drops Wirt's leg, because he had a wooden leg in the game. So essentially, you combine Wirt's Leg, the Tome of Town portal, and the Horadric Cube, and it opens up this portal to the secret cow level. And basically, it's just the ultimate grind in there. There's literally probably close to 1,000 cows in there that you can kill. But the catch is, if you kill the boss, the Cow King, you can't re-enter that cow level anymore on that difficulty. So you're trying to make sure that the Cow King is not a part of these huge groups that you're killing, because you want to keep going in, getting items, selling them, building experience. So, but these things hit so hard, and they stun you like crazy.
Oh, wow.
So you don't want to go in there low level. You want to go in
Well, I
there
mean,
geared
why
up.
wouldn't they? They're cows with pole arms.
Exactly.
So...
But it was cool because in the first game, people always thought there was a cow level, but there actually wasn't. So they put one in this game to appease the fans from
Nice.
the original game. And there's actually codes in StarCraft called like "There is no cow level."
We said eat more Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
Do it. Now they have pole arms.
They should have had a sponsor for that. That would have been amazing. And they actually brought it into Diablo 3 finally as well, because you do these things called rifts, and they're just more powerful versions of levels that you kill harder enemies, and you have a randomly chance to spawn a cow level in there.
Oh, wow.
So it's really cool that the nods that they're doing to keep it to this game. But this was one of the coolest finds, I thought, because it wasn't just like, oh yeah, you do this, you get this level, it's out of nowhere. It's like, no, you combine elements from the first and second game together to open this area up, and I just thought it was just fantastic.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Diablo 3. I've never played 1 and 2. I've seen it played. I would like to play them,
Yeah.
but yeah, that sounds actually pretty interesting.
Yeah. Diablo 1 is I would say story-wise is my favorite. Diablo 2 is probably my favorite gameplay-wise, and Diablo 3 is probably my least favorite, just in terms of gameplay and everything. But, again, nostalgia kicks in for that because I pumped probably like 5,000 hours into Diablo 2.
Wow.
I mean, I've played that game. And you can still play it online. Like, it's still up and running. So it's pretty it's pretty intense, and I think a lot of people, if they haven't played it, they at least know of the game and stuff like that. So, but definitely check it out if you haven't. It's I think it's like $10 for the game now for like the battle chest to get like 1, 2, StarCraft, like all the games you can get for like $10 or $20, and then it's free to play online. So
there you go.
Scooby Doo it,
Scooby Doo it.
But let's move on to your number 2. This one.
This is throwback.
This
is maybe not quite as throwback as Star Fox.
No, but it's like Gone with the Wind style.
It is. It is. It holds a special place.
I don't know if that comparison makes
Mainly
sense.
because it's the. Well, I'll tell you what. This is actually the only game in this series that I've actually finished.
Really?
Really, really.
Wow.
Let's go.
I'm going to have to yell at you for that in a second.
I love how that music just kicks in the beginning. It's like
awesome.
that's awesome.
The soundtrack to this game is actually phenomenal.
This is Sonic CD for the Sega CD.
Sega CD.
Nice
I own
little-
it.
Nice. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, yeah, this is the first one and only one I've actually finished. I don't count Sonic Adventure as those part of that series, but I have finished Sonic Adventure. But the actual Sonic games, this is the only one I've ever finished, and it was pretty cool. It's all about like time travel and things like that. And then it also introduced Metal Sonic because
Yes.
Sonic is metal,
And he can run pretty fast.
faster.
Makes
than
sense.
Sonic.
I see. I just don't buy that. I refuse to believe that that's possible.
It is possible.
Unless you're talking like T1000 metal. Like, are we going? Is that the route we're going?
Now, see, this song I picked because we're doing this podcast about secret levels. But the best song, I think one of the best songs in all of VGM, is the theme song for this game, Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom.
I heard that, you're like, what? It's a song with like full lyrics and everything else. And this is awesome.
I used to start my run out to that track. When
yeah.
we did that 5K, that was actually the track that I started the run with. Yep.
That's awesome.
It's a great track.
So the way to get to this secret stage is there's a sound test menu right from the get-go. And it tells you what stage you want and like what different tracks of that stage you want to put in. If you put all 07 and each spot, so there's 3 spots. If you put 070707 and press start, a message actually appears on your screen that says "Welcome to the secret stage." Yes, and it goes ahead and unlocks. You play through it, and it gives you something little special. I'm not going to spoil it here, but it does give you something little special for going through and beating it.
Nice. And it's just a dude with his shirt open, and it's like, "Hello." And it's like, why would that be? Why is that my
With like
present?
a bottle of vodka in his hand, like
Yeah. It's like a
hello.
It's a modern Zangief. It's like, what is going on here?
Kind of sound a little bit like Watto. Hey, it's little Andy.
Oh gosh, we're such nerds. I love it.
It's a bulba. All right, we'll stop with that.
That's a good number 2. All right, so that's the only one that you've beaten out of all the Sonics?
Yes.
You've never beaten
Well,
Sonic
see,
1?
No, I've never beaten Sonic 1.
You've never beaten Sonic Spinball.
Stop glaring at me. No, I have not finished those games.
I think my daughter's beaten Sonic 1.
But see, here's the thing is, I haven't beaten it, but what do you consider beaten? I mean, now granted, neither way I've actually achieved, but
completing all levels.
There's there's that. But then, are you supposed to finish all levels and finish the game with all the Chaos Emeralds?
No,
because then that's not finished.
There's casual playthrough, and then there's completionist
playthroughs.
I've done casual playthroughs.
Okay.
I don't do completionist unless it's the game I'm completely.
Yeah, I suck at the game.
The only game / expansion I've ever done completionist for was World of Warcraft Cataclysm. Talk about just out of left field. I know. Of all the games out there that you could 100%, that's the only part of a game that I've actually done.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Because no, that's not true. I take that back. Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
I've gotten all the materia maxed out, all max level characters, defeated all bosses, all final weapons, all final limits.
I think we've actually talked about this before. There's they just re-released that for the PS3.
Yes.
That you can get it on the PSN. And it's got a full set of trophies.
Yep.
Like there's a trophy for getting everybody's ultimate weapon and stuff like that. So you get like God's Hand for Yuffie or for Tifa.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what everybody's is really.
If you didn't need another reason to go and play that game again, now you have it.
I'll just wait when they do the remix. And
the best is the megaphone for Kate Sith. When you get it within like the first 3 hours of the game, and it's like, I don't have a use for this, and you're just like, oh wait a minute, I can go back and get it out of the Shinra headquarters locker. That's so cool. Just that they would reveal it that early in the game, I thought was pretty sweet.
Yeah. So Sonic.
Yeah.
So Sonic. I always thought the Sonic games were good. I've gotten pretty far. I think the furthest I've gotten in the original Sonic was
Stage 1.
No. I've gotten pretty far. It's like it's past like the industrial stage.
Uh-huh.
I think it's the one right after that. I think it's like casino stage. That I was just kind of like, yeah, I can't do this.
It's just too fast for you.
Well, that and I just don't. I'm not good with games that don't have much direction. I mean, I understand you're supposed to get to the right side of the screen, but it's
just speed up, let go, and have it go through the loops. It'll launch you where you got to go.
Yeah, just let it run.
It'll basically run itself after a while.
Well, next time you come over, you can beat Sonic,
and then we got to do Last Battle as well.
And then Last Battle. Yeah,
we have a huge co-op backlog that we need to go
that's actually forming rather quickly.
So we're going to move on to our number ones. And my number one, I'm going to let play a little bit longer because it is the greatest secret area music in the history of all. I think your selection doesn't even come close. I'm just going to put that out there. I laughed so hard, like crying laughing, when I listened to this track.
I don't know. That Call of Duty one you had was pretty epic.
It is epic, but this, you're going to hear it and be like, what the hell did I just listen to? And it is awesome.
Well, let's hear it.
It's a secret. It's a secret.
I just can't. I just can't.
Okay. What the hell did I just listen to? All right, so okay, here's what it is. To me, this sounds like Brack from the Space Ghost Coast to Coast meets Homestar Runner.
This is a game called Battle Block Theater, and this is the secret area stage to the game, and it is the I can't even continue.
This is hilarious.
It just cracks me up. I'm literally crying right now. I'm laughing so hard. There's multiple. I gotta turn this down. I'm not gonna get through this segment. Okay, hang on. I can take a breath here. Oh boy. There's actually multiple secret stages in this game, and the way you get to them is there's certain like. God dang it, man! Turn down a little bit.
I'm just over here in a stunned silence. That A, how the heck did you find this? And B, what the heck were they thinking when they made it?
And it's you basically have to get to a certain point of the stage in like a certain amount of time, and then there are certain like tiles that like you can fall through. So if you get up to a certain point and land on a certain area, it'll warp you to the secret level. And this is the music that plays. Like, this is reward enough. I could
absolutely.
I'm not even going to complete it. Just listening to this, it is absolutely hilarious. I mean, this
Hey,
game,
turn that back up. That's so awesome.
I think it's because this is literally something I would do. It sounds like something I would do.
It's a secret.
It's great, and it's a pretty cool like puzzle game. Like, you have to get through these stages and move. You have to move blocks around, get all through, and I can't even think. Like, my mind is literally still laughing so hard right now. But co-op mode in this game is really, really cool. Because you can like bounce off each other and throw each other to get like get to different areas, and it's a really, really fun co-op game. And
nice.
I think I might have to pick it up for my for my Xbox, because I think this is actually a game my wife and I would like to play together.
And what was the name of this?
Battle Block Theater.
Okay,
Yeah,
I will check it out.
Yes, it's. Oh my God, I can't. All
right. Well, what we're gonna do?
I'm putting this on. My wife gets on. I'm like, what do you think of this song?
And stare at her with a dead straight face,
and if she doesn't laugh immediately, then I'm going to sign
papers signed.
Those papers are going to be signed. So it's great. Battle Block Theater. Please check it out and do everything you can to get to the secret stage.
Well, maybe we should have started with my number fives because mine's not going to be able to top this.
Now, finding this is better than this. Like the way how you do this is actually really, really cool on yours. So I will give you that. So we're gonna stop this because I could just have that on repeat all day long. But man, I needed that. That was awesome. I just lost like 10 pounds just laughing.
Yeah, he actually did. It's actually quite comical.
But here we go. Let's go ahead and
my number one.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
That's awesome. All right. So my number one, as everybody knows, is from Super Mario Brothers.
Never heard of it.
Never? Not even once?
Nope. Never beat it either.
Wow. Go back to your rock in a cave somewhere. Okay. So this is actually growing up as a kid. This was a secret that actually blew my mind as a kid, because you're like, what? This doesn't even make sense. And how somebody found it, God only knows. Well, I can tell you how they found it. They found it because they missed the first warp zones, and they try to figure out how they can get over to it.
Yeah.
So what it is on stage 1, 2, at the very end, you could either ride those girders up to get to the warp zones for 2, 3, 4, or you could go through the pipe that ends the stage and just go on as normal.
Right.
Well, if you stand on the very edge of that pipe before going through it, you stand up on top of it, and you have to be large Mario, and you break the brick so that there's only one brick right next to the pipe above you, and you jump, and then you try to jump backwards. Well, it'll eventually glitch, and you'll walk through that wall backwards, and when you land, there's a pipe where the stage 2, 3, 4 should be.
Right.
but it actually takes you to world -1. The reason why we're playing the underwater stage is because world -1 is nothing but an endless loop of the water stage.
Right.
There is no escape from it. There is no -2, -3. It is just -1 forever. But
Probably
you know,
probably one of the coolest glitches / secrets in a game.
right. And when games first started getting big, video games started getting big. You know, Mario was the pimp daddy of all video games at the time. So when they came out with, oh, there's a secret, warp zones to begin with is like, wow.
Yeah.
But then to have like a whole nother stage that was, squirreled away for whatever reason, a -1, which the original Super Mario Brothers for the NES is the only game that appears in. And what do I mean by that? Well, they've released Super Mario Brothers in a lot of other things. So there's like the Super Mario Brothers Classic for the Game Boy. There's the Super Mario Brothers All-Stars that had the original Mario game on it, but they removed that secret from all of those versions. It's only in the original Super Mario Brothers Kart for the NES.
The single, or can you do it on the Mario Duck Hunt combo?
It was available on the Mario. Yeah, as long as it was on that NES.
Gotcha.
It worked.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it's Super Mario cool.
Ooh,
You like that?
I did like it.
Yeah.
I did like it.
You set him up, I knock him down.
Tell you do both all the time.
Well,
I'm just here
It's
for
tough.
annoyance factors.
No. I mean, you hit a home run with that last song. That last song is going to be in my head now, and I'm going to be at work tomorrow. And I'm going to have to find it. I'm going to listen to it.
You got to let the guys at work hear that. Like, listen to this track. It's
and just look at him with that death glare. That's right. This is awesome.
yeah.
What I think.
I have to make that my new ringtone now.
Yeah. Matt, can you call me again? Why? I just want to hear the
I
song.
just want to hear the song nonstop.
Do, do, do.
So that was a good list. I think we both had very, very good lists there. I like
What I want to know, I want to hear feedback on this one, especially on this episode from our fans and stuff like that. People who listen to us, because there's all kinds of secret, but I want to know what secret level or thing like that for a game that really stands out to our listeners.
Right.
And maybe it's because of the music, maybe it's because of how secretive it was or what you have to go through to get there. That's what I want to know, because I mean, almost every game now has a secret of some sort.
Yeah.
So what is the one that really impacted like I said, my number one was because it impacted me so much as a kid.
Right.
Like a -1. I think it's only seconded to maybe like the warp whistles in Mario 3.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that kind of like, wow, that's cool. And they
Yeah.
use the Zelda music
Yeah.
to do it. But I want to know what our fans think.
I agree. Just post it on our Facebook page. Even post on our Shout engine where you listen to this one, or on iTunes. Throw me a message on Twitter at Cash Revive. I mean, we have all our social media up and running. There's no way that you can't get in touch with us. And if you don't want to make accounts for those, send us an email at cashrevive@gmail.com. I check it every minute of every day. I literally have nothing else to do.
I was going to argue that fact, but then I realized he's right. He is right.
Hey, I'm an important man, okay? Just leave me alone, bro. So, next week is going to be a cool episode. Well, I say that every week.
Because every week
is
it is a cool episode.
So we want to thank everybody who's been with us so far.
Absolutely.
We've come a pretty long way since we first started, and we really, really enjoy what we do. And we hope that if you're local, you can make it out to see us next weekend at Ignition Inc. Down here in Orlando. We're going to be live running a Mario Maker table with the proceeds of that going to the American Cancer Society. So come hang out with us. We're going to have a clipboard. You can write down your suggestions of future episodes, talk with us, and listen to some gaming music and just have a good time.
We will be there.
We will. We will be there from 9 to 6. 9 a.m.
Shiny,
to 6.
happy.
Yeah. So a lot of really awesome artists, video game tournaments. So just come on out, have a really good time, and support your local indie scene. That's what
There
it's
you
all
go.
about. Great people coming together for a good time.
Woohoo.
Yep. So
And if you come out here, Matt will play that song.
I'm just gonna have it on loop. I'm just gonna have that playing the whole time, and you can come. We can just start dancing to it. It's gonna be fantastic. I love it.
Just listen for people screaming.
Yeah.
You'll know where our booth is.
Somebody tell him to shut up. Don't
If
ever.
we have to hear that song one more time, it's a secret.
It's a secret. It's great. You gotta listen to the ending of it. The ending of it, it just gets fantastic. All like these crazy noises appear out of nowhere. It's fantastic. But we're gonna go ahead and end it with a secret level from Earthworm Jim 2 called the Fork level. So this is the theme to that. And again, thank you all for listening, and we will see you next week.
Good night.